As the Buddha once wisely shared, your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. In today's exploration, we'll uncover 5 Buddhist principles that promise to make you more attractive to be around and earn the respect of others while fostering inner peace and fulfillment in your life. This video will guide anyone who seeks to cultivate qualities that command respect and inspire compassion. We'll delve into these principles, breaking them down and illustrating how they can be applied in your daily life. These will aid you in not only enhancing your physical health, but also broadening your understanding of the mental and emotional landscape. As we navigate through these lessons, we will discover practical strategies that can lead to personal transformation and ultimately earn you the respect of those around you. And don't worry, these life lessons are not just for Buddhists. They are for anyone who seeks personal growth, harmony, and respect in their lives. Let's explore how this ancient wisdom can transform your life. 1. Cultivating your inner garden. Buddha reminds us that every morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Who are you at this moment? Who do you aspire to be? Reflect on the space between these two questions. Often, we ponder desires rather than our essence, our purpose. Directed self-focus is nothing more than cultivating an identity you want for yourself. When you authentically love yourself through earnest growth, everything changes. Solitude becomes serenity, companionship becomes abundant, and the heart becomes a sanctuary. Concentrate on embodying your ideals, and the universe will align itself for you. The Noble Eightfold Path is a core teaching in Buddhism. It defines the path to the attainment of enlightenment, or nirvana. It consists of interconnected factors that guide practitioners in leading a life of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Its effectiveness is highlighted in Buddha's own story. Befriend yourself deeply. Treat yourself to moments of solitude and joy. Pursue passions and curiosities with zeal. Embrace that hobby or explore new realms you've longed to tread. Let your inner light guide you on this journey of self-discovery and fulfillment. When you focus on self-growth and emotional well-being, it builds confidence and a positive aura. This inner light is often more attractive than outward appearances alone. People are drawn to those who are genuine and comfortable in their own skin. This positive energy translates into your interactions with others, making you more approachable and enjoyable to be around. In the wise words of Buddha, happiness will never come to those who fail to appreciate that which they already have. How will you know what you have if you never strive to look for it? Indeed, this is the only path that will lead you to the life you wish to live. 2. Becoming your own best friend. Another piece of Buddhist wisdom is encapsulated in the words, "Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded." In Buddhism, the principle of ahimsa is central to ethical conduct and spiritual practice. Ahimsa manifests as treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance. It involves cultivating a gentle and nurturing attitude towards one's thoughts, feelings, and actions. Instead of harsh self-criticism and judgment, self-compassion involves offering oneself the same warmth and care that one would extend to a loved one in times of distress. In modern society, many of us struggle with self-beratement and self-criticism, constantly judging ourselves for perceived shortcomings or mistakes. This inner dialogue or self-blame and self-condemnation often leads to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression. We may belittle ourselves for not meeting unrealistic standards of success, beauty, or achievement, leading to a cycle of self-destructive behavior and diminished well-being. You're not trying to be someone you're not, and that honesty is refreshing. People appreciate someone who is comfortable with their quirks and interests, even if they're not mainstream. It allows for a more real connection to form, based on who you truly are. In the words of Buddha, true love is born from understanding. 3. Creating healthy space. But we must guard ourselves not only from our thoughts, but also from the misuse of others. People are often intrinsically vulnerable to wanting to appear overly friendly to others. The most obvious motivation is the desire for social acceptance and approval. Human beings have a fundamental need for connection and belonging, and they may fear rejection or judgment if they assert their boundaries too firmly. As a result, many of us engage in people-pleasing behavior, such as excessive agreeableness, flattery, or accommodating others' requests in an attempt to gain validation and avoid conflict. The Buddhist principle of right speech, or sammavaca, offers a solution to these boundary issues. Sammavaca encompasses speaking truthfully, kindly, and wisely while avoiding speech that causes harm or discord. It allows us to cultivate mindfulness and awareness of our speech and its impact on ourselves and others. We know what we are agreeing to, what we can tolerate hearing, and how we expect to be treated rightly by others. This allows for the setting of clear and firm boundaries when necessary, without feeling guilty or apologetic for prioritizing our own well-being. Boundaries communicate your self-worth. When you say no and prioritize your needs, you show others you value yourself. This earns respect, and healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and boundaries are only there to ensure others respect your time, energy, and resources. In the words of Buddha, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. 4. Quietening the inner critic. In Buddhism, the ego or atta is the illusion of a separate, unchanging self. It can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it fuels our drive, ambition, and sense of self-worth. On the other hand, clinging to ego leads to suffering, as it creates desires and anxieties based on this impermanent self. For example, if you decide to lose weight and work harder, then you will be working to overcome tendencies to overeat and be lazy. So what you're doing is creating a skillful sense of ego to overcome some less skillful ego qualities. That's a good thing and a good kind of ego. If, however, your motivation comes from wanting other people to view you differently, then perhaps over time you can internalize that motivation and become less reliant on the opinions of others. But until then, it's still a good thing to do. When you're not consumed by self-criticism, you can connect more deeply. Emotional vulnerability is attractive, even though it might not always seem like it. Remember, everyone makes mistakes, but by focusing on growth, you project strength, and people love nothing more than a comeback story. Buddha reminds us, don't compare your life to others. There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They shine when it's their time. 5. Finding freedom in letting go. The entirety of Buddhist wisdom is contained in this expression. The root of suffering is attachment. Embrace surrender. Surrendering isn't admitting defeat. It's recognizing that life isn't a game where we win or lose against ourselves. It's about releasing our attachment to outcomes and relinquishing the urge to control every aspect of our lives. When we surrender, we acknowledge life's inherent uncertainty and embrace its flow with openness. Surrender isn't resignation, it's embracing the present moment and allowing life to unfold naturally. By accepting that everything changes, we loosen our grip on the need for things to stay the same. This can lessen our anxiety about loss, job changes, or relationship hiccups. But more importantly, impermanence helps us detach from negativity. When you view achievements and failures as temporary states in an ever-changing world, the pressure to succeed lessens. This reduces anxiety around performance and allows you to approach situations with a calmer demeanor. People are naturally drawn to those who are relaxed and confident, even in the face of challenges. Imagine someone who is chill during a first date because they view it as an experience, win or lose, rather than a life or death situation. Enlightenment isn't found in external achievements or wealth, but in inner peace and spiritual awakening. Learn this from water. Loud splashes the brook, but the ocean depths are calm. These ancient Buddhist principles have unveiled a path towards self-discovery, compassion, and inner peace. Embrace the lessons, experiment with the strategies, and witness the transformation unfold within you. The path to a fulfilling life lies not just in external achievements, but also in cultivating a peaceful and compassionate state of mind. It will inevitably help you achieve everything you want in the material world, but the catch is that change must always come from within.